both of us up in there.
Yep, that's cool.
I'm trying to get both of us up in there.
That's cool.
Fine.
Good. Yep.
Like ringers office.
Yeah, let's do that.
I ain't got no ringer.
Yeah, you know why.
I keep my thing on vibrate.
Okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
So there you go, ringtone right there. That's off, right?
Yeah.
It's off.
Yeah.
All right.
Rushed in, so I be having to tuck him in his back.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, I had two. You can put this one back. No, I had 2 white bags, a yellow bag. I'm gonna go home and make me some sweet potato fries with barbecue sauce. So that's all
I'm trying
I'm
to make
about.
sure I get me and
That's
you.
all I'm about. You know, that's what I'm about.
Now, hey, Five.
Somebody
So I can just start
You're already
mine,
on.
right?
You're already on.
All right, let's do it.
You see that red box? That means you live.
That's some game already messing with you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me lift this thing up.
At the bottom. Actually, right there.
You keep it right there. It's on me.
Yeah, no, go up more from the top. That just tightens it. You want to pull it up. Just pull it up. Hold the bottom and pull it all the way up. Hell, do that for no motherfucker.
I don't know how to do these motherfuckers, man. Come on, Ass. You know I don't know how to fuck with them, Ass. They drop every time, Ass.
I think I got mine right, but I think I got mine.
I be good right there? Okay, be good.
I gotta tap back in with you later, but you overthinking.
Oh, damn. I see what you're saying. Hey, you should have.
Yeah, we got both of us in there.
Hold on. Mine don't go that high.
It do go. You gotta stretch the top of it.
You got to put it from the top.
Okay.
Underneath that. Underneath your phone. You pull it. So hold the bar from underneath your phone and pull it that way. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, yeah. This right here. You can't let him have one at the house. One of
Put
these.
that thing up in there.
Yeah, he'll video himself sleep.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you gonna be helping, L.
You right.
I'm good
You
with
right.
that.
You right.
Hell like me. That's how I mean. Him like him. If he like him. Hell, we gotta get L in there too, though.
No, y'all good.
Alright, you gonna get in there.
Alright,
It's
now
your
we got-
show,
we
bro.
gotta put that
Y'all
certain
good. I know I'm
angle.
here.
Alright, like what?
Yeah, that's cool.
Just turn the top a
So
little bit.
yours, I need yours to be over here.
Over here.
And then you want his right here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got both of them.
So it's not your
That's
mic,
how it
it's
go,
not your
bro.
camera.
What you thought? Just
There we go.
There we go.
We in there.
For sure. Hey, that's dope.
a little bit more. All right there. Alright, fine. We ready.
Where your headphones at, player? Oh yeah, there you go.
Could you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you real good.
Okay, for sure. Sometimes people I can't hear them or something like that, so I may have to ask you this. Yeah.
You got the water?
Yes, sir.
Where your body? It should have been ready, man. Should have had that phone ready.
You don't mind.
What's that right there?
All I need is wet my whistle.
My boy right there.
Who was that?
Larry June. I love that fool. Listen to his album Cruise USA. That's the shit. Yep, you on Spotify?
Yep, I got Spotify.
You got Cruise USA. That boy is smooth than a motherfucker.
I see him right now. I'm checking him out. Check his swag out.
Yeah, he cool to the motherfucker. He said, I'm down here fucking with this bitch drinking magnesium water. Beat is smooth.
Yeah, his beat is smooth.
Yeah, like this
One
shit.
thing about you want to live and be a vet when you in one. Vet
Well,
on being, you know what I mean?
Hey, watch this. He got one of them too.
Go.
There you go, right there.
Ride the way you want to.
No, I'm good. Want to put these on the floor?
Yeah.
Like you do me a favor?
Before we fuck around and get caught. Selling chips. They're gonna be like, these motherfuckers selling chips. These motherfuckers like.
Come on.
Oh man, you should see the way my boy looked at me. He looked at me like he's born.
Yeah, it's all good though.
And they got to be squished together, but just make sure that you stand in that.
It's all Jesus. It's all Jesus. Push it in.
We did.
It's all Jesus. You know what I'm about to say?
Mike is on. What should I say?
You got it right. You got it right.
Yeah.
Jesus counts too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So, fellas, this is your camera right here,
Okay.
and this one's everybody, and yeah, you know that one's yours.
We on.
Yo, shout out to the Most High. The Summers of High, see when we went on Lord Say this LDs, also known Lawrence One, for another episode I Need to Know. My special guest. Introduce yourself from right here to there.
My name is Patrick, man. I'm a part of 100 Years Podcast, man. It's a great day, man, to be here, man. I just want to pass it, man, to my brother Fahim, man.
Oh yes. Thank you for the brief introduction, Patrick. Yeah, my name is Fahim, aka LeJean Reese, born and raised in Richmond, California. And I want to just thank the brothers of the podcast fame for allowing us to come here and just to share some of our story.
For sure. Y'all come up a little bit closer to the bike.
Okay, we here.
Okay. So it is 100 Years Podcast, right?
Absolutely. With the enterprise with it.
Huh?
With the enterprise. Because we try to turn it to a conglomerate.
Okay, for sure. Well, let's start off with the name then first. How did y'all get that name 100 Years?
Well, we got it. There's three of us. And so, comprised of our sentence, the time what the judge gave us, and the time what we did collectively, added up to 100 years. I did 30 years in 10 months. He did 30 years, and another brother did 29 years.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, sir.
I did 1 month.
Hey, listen. Hey, check this out. I wish they gave me 1 month and slept on the A line.
For sure.
Yeah,
So
good.
shout out to y'all brother who's not here. What's his name?
His name is Dante Gaines. Shout out to our brother Dante.
Dante, yeah, man, we
yeah,
here,
he's
man.
healing up right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with your case. How were you when you went down?
I was 19.
Come up a little bit closer to the mic.
I was 19 years old, man. Again, man, I grew up in Norfolk, and man, I caught my case, man. You know what I mean? In the rough terrain of Norfolk, man. So I ended up getting 19 and 26 years, 4 months to life. I ended up doing 30 of that. I did actually more than I actually was sentenced to. So, you know, from there, man, you know, it's just all about, you know, figuring out how to reacclimate back out here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's it.
Yes, sir. At the age of 17, I was arrested November 24th, 1987.
Okay.
I was sentenced in 1989.
Come up a little bit
I was
closer.
sentenced in 1989 for a first-degree murder.
Oh.
40 to life.
Okay.
I ended up doing 30 years, 10 months. I got out September the 18th, 2018.
Okay, so on this podcast, right, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know about the penitentiary. So if we on to some of y'all here, just expound on it.
Absolutely. We're going to do that.
Okay, for sure. So did y'all start off getting in trouble like in CYA? Did any of y'all go to CYA?
He did, so I'll let him speak on that.
Well, I went to CYA, but my CYA was pertaining to my case.
Okay.
Because I was sentenced as an adult, but I went to YA as a juvenile. And then when I turned 23, I transferred to the pen.
Okay, so what was it like growing up as you? Like, you from Richmond, right?
Absolutely.
Talk about Richmond.
You know, Richmond, we grew up, some people may think it's violent as it is, but when I grew up, man, we was playing sports. I grew up playing sports. My favorite passion was baseball and football. I grew up, my first baseball team was the Trailblazers. My first football team was the Richmond Steelers. And so, you know, we, summertime, go to the plunge, go to the backyards, ride fruit trees, all that. It was fun growing up. But once I got to my junior high year, You know, I started selling weed. I experimented with the gold weed, the long nickel bags of weed. Remember
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I don't, but I know I'm a
But you
little bit
understand?
after that.
Yeah. So I had a heart condition called Wolff Parkinson White. I was playing in 1983. I was diagnosed with Wolff Parkinson White. That's when the blood go real fast to the heart. And so once the doctor told me, they said, hey, you can't play football no more.
So was your blood thin?
No, it wasn't thin. It was just my heart just beat real fast. At first, it was diagnosed with a heart murmur.
Oh.
Yes. And so I get heart palpitations every now and then.
Say that one more time.
I get heart palpitations.
Okay.
Heart beat fast, irregular heartbeats.
Yeah, it just starts speeding up.
It just start speeding up, like I'm off powder coke or something, or somebody don't cook with, you know.
Let me say it one more time. I'm gonna say, hey, but the old me is say,
yeah. So it'd beat up, you know, and that's the thing I went through, and so it was kind of frustrating when I couldn't play football anymore.
Okay.
And so once I couldn't play football, I transgressed to the streets. Once I transgressed to the street life in 1983, 1984, at the age of 13, 14 years old, I started selling weed. And then the Reagan era, I started selling crack cocaine as a teenager. In age 14, 15 years old, all up to age 17 when I was arrested. And so in Richmond at that particular time, we was known for being pimps, players, hustlers, like every city. Oakland, Frisco, even back east. You know what I'm saying? Back east and down south. You know, basically, Richmond is no different from any other cities around here. You know what I mean? And so Richmond's cool. It's real small. It's close knit. Some of them call it like Southerns. Because we migrated from Mississippi,
and
from
Louisiana.
Detroit, Louisiana, Texas, you know, through the Second World War. But for most of all, Richmond, I love Richmond. I still go to Richmond. I still live in Richmond. I'm from Richmond, but I love life and I'm trying to travel the world. So I don't have a problem navigating anywhere I need to go and meet new people.
Yeah.
And brush on the elbows like we're doing right now.
For sure.
You know,
and you know what I would say if I was you? You know, I'm born in Richmond. I'm from Richmond. I love Richmond, and I'm trying to be a Richmond.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're striving for.
You know what? I gotta ask you a question, and I'm gonna ask you this question: do you think if you never would have went to jail that long, the track that your life was on, do you think that you would have been dead on the street?
It's a possibility, but I also know that I was a thinker. I was a thinker, and I was someone who was still going to school, even though I wasn't getting straight A's. So it could have been a possibility based on the crack cocaine era and the life I was living. It's a possibility that I could have been dead or in jail, but it's also a possibility I could have been on a Fortune 500 company also.
Okay.
Because I had that mind as a hustler.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't someone who just out there selling dope just to sell dope.
Yeah.
I was out to really trying to find a way. I just got caught up at the age of 17.
Yeah.
So I look back now, even during my time, I say, man, I see a lot of guys who out here, who've been here, been doing good. And I ask myself, well, how would you have been if you would have just done 5 years? Well, I surpassed a whole lot of them, not out of arrogance, but out of belief in myself and belief in my abilities, where I know what I can do by just reading, by studying, and being optimistic and ambitious what I can do.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's a possibility I can been dead in jail. Who knows? But it's also been a possibility that I can own anything I want to. Like I'm striving to do right now, just to show and prove to myself, not to anybody else, but to myself.
Yeah.
What I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how you answer that.
Let's
You
see.
answer that like a politician's ass jailhouse lawyer.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
to Camelback, we don't say.
Oh yeah,
piggyback.
come up to the mic, because I want to make sure I get all
Yeah,
this.
To Camelback off what he said, we don't say piggyback, right? Because we practice the Muslims. But at the same time, I want to say, you know, man, in respect to everything he just said, man, the way I came up too was in Norfolk, right? I grew up in the likes of these guys like Hillbilly, Joe Brydnex, you know what I mean? Daddy-O, rest in peace, Daddy-O, you know what I mean? And was, you know, was a part of a machine, a cocaine machine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then the North was North Pure, Bushrod Park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where I was born and raised. And so, you know, my thing was, you know, my loyalty lied with the fact that if I grew up with you, I was a part of you, then no one could do no harm to you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? So, you know, my loyalty was beyond ignorance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was like, if I'm from that soil, that's what I'm about.
Okay.
And that's what led for me to end up going to prison, because I got caught up in a situation, in the case that where I had to so much, I was a throwaway pistol.
Well, could you do me a favor?
Yes.
I see you on that way, but I gotta say it just for everybody at home. Could you brief me to before you got to the pen, just like he did? Like, where did it all start?
Well, I would say this. I grew up in Norfolk on 59th and Shattuck.
Who died?
Oh my God. Boy died.
I mean, you grew up.
I just said it a couple days ago.
Cause you grew up in the era that damn near, like, if you was from North Oakland, you damn near was automatically from Bushrod.
Right, most definitely, because all the tentacles spread all through North Oakland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I played Running Rebels.
Right, I grew up on 59.
Yeah.
627 59th Street.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Right, you could look at the park from my house.
Yeah.
So, which was my cousins, you know what I mean? My cousins Mario and Bo, they was my cousins there at the time. So the thing was, I went to Peralta, you know, I didn't go to watch, I went to Peralta, man, I went to Tech, you know what I mean? So the thing was that, like I said, we was like a whole community. Like you said, everybody was connected. You know, you wouldn't sit on a pebble unless you was, you know, connected to the north, you know, and that's just how we pushed it. And that's, you know.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
hey, you know what I like how you said that? You sound like a preacher. You said, you know, you wasn't selling a pebble unless you was connected to the north. Well, man, I'm silly like that, but run that.
I know somebody.
What they called the concept was Horde Eye Bushrod High.
That's right.
And so, you know, we believe that. We call Bushrod High the park extended all the way to Tech.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things, you know, and me falling in 1989, November 20, 1989, man, you know, it was a strange situation for me because I was in a situation where I couldn't fold, you know, meaning that I couldn't tell, you know what I mean? But at the same time, riding the beef, that's not mine, you know? And so I suffered a lot from that, you know, and now that I got back and tried to reconnect with those elders, you know what I mean? It's been so long to where they don't want to relive that past, you know what I mean? Because the past wasn't, how can I put it, without disrespecting what I'm saying is that the past wasn't really a beautiful thing for me. You know what I mean? I went to jail and it was like the support wasn't there that I thought should be. You know, and it was tough. You know, and then you know I got in the pen. You know when I got found guilty for 26 years, 4 months to life as an aiding and abettor. That's what I got, aiding and abettor.
Wait. Say that again because I don't know about the lingo. You got to break it down. The what?
The aiding and abettor is basically saying that in a law as it has a structure that I aided the actual perpetrator. I aided the person who actually, you know, pulled the trigger. So
yeah.
Meaning that, you know, I partook in it as a, you know what I mean, as a passenger, or, you know, I had a gun and, you know, I didn't actually kill the person, but you was with the person who did.
Yeah.
So you just as guilty or reliable as the person who actually committed that. So, you know, it took me years, you know what I mean, to fight that because in my case, nobody was in jail for the murder. You know, I was aiding and abetting the ghost defendant. So, you know, in layman terms, I was in jail for a murder that wasn't committed because they had nobody in jail for the murder, but they had the crime, but they had a person for the jail for the murder.
So they just picked up a random motherfucker, or did they look at pictures?
No, they didn't pick up a random person. You know, what it was we was caught, you know what I mean? I was caught running from the scene of the crime, and it was like a gunfight. Like I used to be at a concert or a sideshow at that time, and you know, gunfire go to hell, and you run, they get you, you know, they charge you with the case because they feel you ran from the scene of the crime. You know some, or you was a part of that, and that's how it played out.
So going into that, right? Going into that, knowing that you didn't have anything to do with that, or knowing that you didn't do it, I should say.
Yeah, let me rephrase it. Let me go ahead and give you. My hands weren't actually clean. You know what I mean? I had some, you know, part in terms of being there. So the whole situation was basically I got caught running from the scene of the crime. You know, they charged me for the crime. I ended up going to trial, and they found me guilty as an aid and abettor to that person's life that got taken.
Damn.
So that's how I ended up doing 26 years for myself.
Did you ever think that, you know, did you have that attitude like, man, I didn't do that shit? Like what were your actual thoughts? Did you think that they was going to give you less time, no time, or did you think that it was that serious?
Well, as a 19-year-old kid, you don't even fathom, you know, let alone getting a life sentence. You know what I mean? And then, you know, at the time being ignorant to the laws, you know what I mean, and getting these, you know, public pretenders that, you know, come and call this a representative black boy, you know, it's like, you know, you don't look at it as you're going to get found guilty for a life sentence and not possibly ever coming home. So, you know, no, I didn't even fathom that. You know, I'm thinking that, okay, man, at the very least, I'll probably get, you know, a violation or get, you know, 16 months, 2 years or something. I ain't never think that they was going to talk about taking my life, giving me a life sentence, telling me what possibility of parole.
So when did reality kick in? As soon as they hit the gavel?
No, I was in denial about, you know, actually doing the sentence, so to speak. You know, I was actually denied. I wasted a lot of money on appellate attorneys, you know what I mean, that came in and asked for, give me $15,000 and I'm gonna help you get out, you know what I mean, but I need $15,000 down, and by me being in prison, I'm thinking, you know, okay, let me give them that and it's gonna be solved. Not following the case, not going to law library, as you said, you know, prison attorneys, that really is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got a case that really go to court and, I mean, really go in them prison libraries and really shepherdize cases. So, you know, until I got to the point, like within the 18 years, I believe, when I felt all hope, I just start, you know, really start paying attention and start really, you know, educating myself, surrounding myself with people that was in like mind, such as these brothers right here. They kept my shoulders up, man. You know,
Y'all was in jail together?
all the time.
Yeah.
We took over 25 years together.
Okay. Mason, everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta ask y'all a question. When y'all first got to jail, y'all were relatively young men.
Right.
What is the process to like wanting to be recruited in the jailhouse gangs? Like, did y'all feel like y'all ever needed that for protection, or is that something?
Well, for me, I was always a leader of my own right. And so when I got to the county jail, I should see BGF, you know, Black Relief. I see them. And so at this time, I'm 18 years old. But the way I carried myself, the way I treated myself, the way I respected myself, the way I respected other men. So I never was really approached to join anything. And so I should exercise, you know, trying to keep my mind right, keep my body right. It's again in denial, but now I know sooner or later I'm going to go take that bus ride. You know, get on that bus, go in the chain gang, and hit one of these penitentiaries. So I always try to just stick to myself, do the right thing. And I never was really approached to be in the gang, but it does happen. People are approached when they get to the county jails, when they get to reception centers, people are approached. But I never really had them issues. You know, when I came in, everybody knew where I was from. I was from Richmond, and I was from the Bay Area. That's just how it was. Richmond, Bay Area, and then I turned Muslim in 1992. Okay, that's LeJean. He changed his name to Fahim, but he's Muslim, but he's from Richmond. He's from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So all that was basically the same thing, but this is who he is. That was who I am. That's who I was, and I stood on that, and I still stand on that today.
Okay.
So that never changed.
So did you go to San Quentin out here?
No, I ended up going from Contra Costa County Jail.
Coco County. Huh?
Coco County.
Okay.
So from there, I went to Sacramento CYA, which was a reception center. So from the reception center, I went to Ione, which was Preston. Back then, I was like a YA Gladiator school, that and YTS. Okay. It was rocking left and right, you know. So you had to be together, Bloods, Crips, Bay Area. But then, if you were from the Bay Area, based on the area code back then was 415.
That's right.
So people carry themselves where you from. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people got caught up like that to be in the 415 connection.
You saying Kumi, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Based on they said it was from 415, the area code.
Yeah.
And so when 510 changed, people still carry. Well, let me back up. So when you go inside, you see the counselors or whatnot. They might say, "Where you from?" I'm from the Bay Area, 415 area code. They'll put that down as if you saying, "I'm Kumi."
Yeah.
415. No, I'm just for the area code. That's where I'm from. You don't go in the pen and say 510 now, but that's just how it was, and people got crossed up like that. And so I really never had those issues. Where you from? You know, I'm from Richmond. My area code is this, but I'm from here.
Did you ever do any time out of state?
No, I just from age 17 to 48, all state time, straight. Yeah.
And in my situation, right, me coming from Oakland too, right, I always told, you know what I mean, I had a lot of partners that was Kumi, you know what I mean, you know, BGF or whatnot. I had a lot of partners. I never frowned upon them about that, you know what I mean. I always told them like this, look, I come from something already. I don't have to come to prison to hook up. I come from something. So they had a big thing when they used to have, when you had non-affiliates, you know what I mean, what you call town business, you know what I mean, the rich, you know what I mean. We had to where, you know, if you're not affiliated in anything, we would look out for each other. And I had a whole lot of homeboys that was non-affiliated, like real town cats from the east, west, north, and we would get in the pen, and by us knowing each other from the streets and coming across each other in the pen, you know what I mean, we would protect one another in terms of in good faith. Man, I know you ain't about to try to do that. You know what I mean? And, you know, what led to a lot of us accepting Islam was the fact that we looked at something to purify our souls and try to get back, you know, keep the right state of mind, because the first thing you lose in a situation like that is your mentality and your ethics and your morals. And you start compromising about, you know, who you are. You go through identity crisis. You know, we was 19, 17.
Yeah.
So imagine being
Y'all grew up in that motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah, kids.
For me, I was in the county. I stayed in Santa Rita for 2.5 years. You know, fighting the case. Because, you know, you go, first of all, when you go to Santa Rita, they're going to drain you for all your money. You know what I mean? For the most part. You know what I mean? You're going to be separated, meaning that you're going to be behind the glass. You know, so all your resources then they're going to get depleted. You're going to have some, shady homeboys are going to be hitting your spots. That happened to me, hitting my spot. You know what I mean? And, you know, females breaking off. You know, so all these things, these are all psychological effects that, you know, now you bitter and you're angry. So you're in the county, you know, busting heads. You know, I've seen it all. I've been with some of the most solid cats. When they hear about it, my street handle is Siren. I know folks. So when we've been around, I've been around all of them. You know what I mean? And the whole thing is you got to be stand up. And once they see that demo, you being stand up, they ain't gonna really approach you like that because they already know what your position is. That's what the brother was explaining. They already know.
Yeah.
But for me, when I went from the county Santa Rita, I went to from Santa Rita to San Quentin. You know, they put me on a 5th tier C-section, and they told me, I mean, you know, you only going 1 or 2 places because you know you a youngster, you got a murder. You know what I mean? You know, so you going to Pelican Bay.
Damn.
So I went straight for.
Hey, let me say this. Look, man, you going to Pelican Bay.
I went there, yeah. So you know, we come out at the council because you go to the council and they're gonna tell you Santa Rita. You gonna have your Santa Rita back then. You're gonna be up there 7 to 9 months, locked up on the 5th tier. So you know, by the time you see a council, you're gonna be so thirsty about leaving. You're gonna be celebrating. You know what I mean? Everybody be like, man, I'm going to see the council. I'm ready to get up out of here.
Right. So
you go to the council, he gonna tell you, man, you know, you ain't picking. You committed a murder. Well, you ain't. This ain't no luxury suite. You going? You going to Pelican Bay. Now, when I come back out and tell the partners on the tier, man, I'm going to Pelican Bay, right? It's really at a point where the cat want to cry because everybody busting out laughing, clowning, because they tell you going to, they say, this is the concept. You going where they say, doom, doom, get down. They shoot first then tell you to get down.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, when I got up there, man, it was a lot of cats up there, man. And this is the thing about Pelican Bay, man. I tell anybody at the time I went in 94. I did 4.5 years up there. This is the thing about Pelican Bay. Everybody up there was a head bust. You might have cats from LA, you got cats from Frisco, you got cats from West Oakland, North Oakland, East Oakland, Richmond, Palo Alto. They all in there for busting heads. You know what I mean? So it's one of them things, a humbling thing to where, and on top of that, the Mexicans, the white boys, the others, they all hard. They ain't you just pushing up on them.
Yeah.
You know, so when something happens, it happens. You know, and then the cold thing about it is they tell everybody on deck, all the youngsters on deck. When something get ready to happen, the OGs is regulating at that time, and they gonna tell the youngsters, man, on deck, it's going down, be on deck. If you don't show up when all this is happening, when all this the smoke blow over, we coming for you. We coming for you. So that's what they mean by gladiator school, because you know you gonna earn your keep there. You know, so you know I've been in a bunch of rides. You know, but by the time I got to Solano, I did 4.5, 5 years, man. When I got to Solano, man, it was more so trying to educate myself. I'm trying to be better from what I seen, you know. So I was psychologically scarred from that, you know. So that's what that was. That's how that happened.
I have to ask both of y'all a question. What is it called when somebody does a tour just on hella different penitentiaries?
At one time, on that one stay, or in and out the pen, out the pen, out the pen?
No, one stint.
That's just called, if you're going from pen to pen, it's either 2 things. It's either you started at a height or level 4, you coming down. So if you start from a level 4, level 3, level 2, depending on point system and what's pen houses level 4, 3s, and 2s, you might go from pen to pen.
How does it come down?
Well, it come down for not getting any write-ups, staying clean.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way your points gonna come down. Staying clean, doing and disciplinary free. That's it. Now, if you constantly get RVRs or rules, violations, 115s, that means the points goes up. Some people might start off, like for instance, when I got to the receptionist, I had 63 points. I had level 4 points. But what kind of saved me was my counselor. She was cool little Latino lady. You know, she said, listen, they finna send you to Tehachapi Max. I said, Tehachapi Max? I said, I'm from the Bay. I ain't trying to go to the snow. This is like December.
Where is that at?
This
Where's
is
that by
December
Tahoe or
93.
some shit?
Nah, Tehachapi, that's way like going on the other side of Fresno, I think. Fresno, Bakersfield, up in the mountains up in there.
Okay.
Down there towards LA, right? I said, at this time I'm 23. I ain't trying to go up there. I thought I was a little player, a couple little females who come to see me. I know they ain't finna ride up there. Bad enough, it's hard to keep on when you close.
Yeah.
And at this time, and so she said, well, listen, we're gonna reclassify you due to the fact you had this clean time when you was in the youth authority. So I had some clean time. So it helped my points go down. And she just say, listen, we're not gonna send you to level 4, we're gonna send you to level 3, we're gonna send you to Jamestown. I'm like, cool. So, go back to your question. Your point system, once it goes down, you'll go from pen to pen. Now, if you someone who's known for getting in debt, you known for owing folks, you known for running off, you known for
Still with the bullshit.
Still with the bullshit.
Water in your nose.
And everything. So
Is that Visine?
yeah. So now, and you owing something, so you might say, hey man, I need a chunk of this, I need a slab of that, whatever it is. And now you constantly owing. So cat's finna get on, hey man, your partner owing, or he might just roll up and end up in another yard or another pen.
Yeah.
And he do go somewhere else. The word and got to him, they might have bust him in his head. He might go on a bus and go to another pen.
Yeah.
So that's two ways you really finna go from pen to pen.
Yeah.
Messing up.
I gotta give him this though. We gotta give him this.
Which one?
Okay.
For the first, when we got to Solano, right? Like he was saying, the art of survival. That's the part we want to get into, right? The underleaf, the underbelly of doing a lot of time, right?
Right.
It was a point there, and I'm not glorifying prison. Please don't take it like I'm glorifying. I'm not. I listen. I'm glad I survived. That's all I'm gonna say, right? But I gotta tell y'all, I gotta give it to y'all real and authentic. I had with this guy and a couple. The time, listen, when we talking about pecking from the pen and reeling them in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And getting women to understand our plight. And
Because we had a real plight.
Coming in the visiting room and say, I got to give it up to the sisters, man. That's what I'm saying. I got to give it up for the women that, man, listen. If it wasn't for them, man, I would have been, I'm getting ready to get at a CO and everything. I'd have been to the point to where, man, when this door unlock, right? I'm getting ready to blast the CO, right? And he slid,
Wait.
No, let me give you this part right here. He slid me the thing and tell me, hit baby. And baby, I'm going to be up there this weekend. I got some real game for you. I got something to tell you. Don't do that. Don't check yourself out. Not so it's suicide, but I'm getting ready to get at this pump. You know what I mean?
I remember that.
And he didn't, man, because he got beyond, he can counsel me. That's what I'm saying. Man, I'm getting ready to do that, man. Y'all need to just go on to y'all. My mind made up, man.
Yeah.
This dude been on my helmet for the last 2 years, and I can't do it no more. You know what I mean? Now,
since you right there, tell you what the man told me what he would mind if you did.
The man,
on the fifth tier,
the CO told him, right? This is my look.
Yeah. And
we cried together.
What happened?
I'm talking about 6 to 11 months, and we didn't cry, right?
For real.
We didn't cry. Right?
They done ran off in the rain.
You talking about right.
Okay,
So
here
now,
we go.
okay. So this CO done told him, yeah, man, you gonna get out. Remember he said you gonna get out.
Yeah, I had a stack of things where I'm trying to be cool. I got phones in the cell and everything, right?
He tell him, look, man, but your partner, your brother, well, we praying that he jump off the tier, and we on the 5th tier.
On the 5th tier,
right?
Way up, yeah. This high.
Yeah, you see me look up. Hey, I'm scared of heights. I look there like this.
So but what I'm saying is, man, is that man, it almost makes me tear up right now just thinking the sisters, man, kept us on deck.
Yeah.
When you say the sisters kept you on deck,
it could be Puerto Rican, it could be Mexican, it could be
women
white. They came and visited like a mall, like you going through the mall.
Yeah.
And they got their heels on, they popping.
Okay, well check this out. If they came through a certain way, what was we on our way to? What do we call? We call it it was a visiting room, but what else do we call it?
The showroom floor. The
dance floor.
The dance floor.
We called the visit room the dance floor. Because we had to get ready.
okay.
So it was time to perform. Even though she came through them doors, somebody else might get caught looking. And we might get caught looking too.
So y'all couldn't look at the COs?
No. Listen, I'm saying, as somebody else.
The chicks, right?
No, I'm saying if I'm in the visiting room.
You in the visiting room.
And my female coming to see me. Now somebody else reckless eyeballing.
Yeah.
I'm finna try to knock that too, or she trying to knock me
Yeah.
because it happened like that. I was in the visiting room one time, and the youngster said, "Hey man," he got come back. He said, "I don't know what to say." I said, "What, youngster?" He said, "My mama like you. She told me."
My mama was better than this
Listen. He said, "Man, my mama like you, right?" I'm at work. I'm like, "Is that right?" I said, "So what you finna do?" I said, "Matter of fact, I got a phone. I got my own cell phone." I said, "Man, here, give my number." But about the next night, she was at me. You know, she ran for a minute, but she fell off, but she ran. But that's what I mean by that's what he was saying.
Was y'all getting conjugal visits?
For a long time we wasn't, but you know we made do. But what I'm saying to you is this.
Oh yeah.
What I'm telling you, some women, right? I give all respect to them, man.
Exactly.
Will make you El Champion. Will change your life, man.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Hey, did you accidentally hit something with Drew down?
Cause I hear.
I hear Drew down right now.
But I ain't mad.
Okay. I'm glad it came.
Yeah, that's right. What y'all talking about? Hey, y'all talking about women? Yeah, and that shit came on. I'm like, is this? Hey, that shit. Hey, shout out to Drew down. Y'all talking about fucking some chicks, and I hear it in the background.
What I want to say this. I don't want to make it like, you know, degrading. I'm just saying that for me, and I can vouch for him too, right? Man, the women, man, held us down. Man. When our partners fell, fell back, faded to black on us, whatever the case may be, right? The women, man, would come see us, man, rain, sleep, or snow, break the bars down, man. You know, if a cat need, I had times where I had to get a phone right then and there. She just stuffed $1,000, and I passed it to my partner in the visiting room. Yeah, you know what I mean. So you know, it was you know, we was blessed in the way that we had people that cared about us, man. Because you know, if things got tough, man, you know, we suffered death, life. You know what I mean. And we was missing out on a lot. And, you know, if it wasn't for them, man, it was what I'm saying that they shared in that struggle. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And so, you know, right now today, I may see a sister that did some time with me. I say, look, man, you need me to do something for you. Do you need me to, you know, go to the store for you, whatever. You know what I mean? Because I'm very humble about it. I can't, you know, frown upon whatever her circumstance is. Yeah. You know, but I want to tell you that, man, it wasn't all bad. It was bad in the sense that we ended up doing 100 years amongst ourselves, us three brothers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But we made the best of it, man. We came out healthy, man. We got educated. You know what I mean? We got a lot of brothers. And I want to give a shout out to Hot Lips. That was my study when I left. Yeah. You know what I mean? He and Tracy, man, I respect him, man. You know, that brother changed his life. You know, he's dynamic, man. All sense of the word, man, because I heard the brother you had on here, man, speak about him, man. The brother, you know, it's a good brother. You know what I mean? And if you see him now, man, he has something positive to say. You know what I mean? He's redirecting the youth, man, about doing what's, you know, go to school, man, getting these programs. We start spearheading, being pillows up in there and spearheading programs up in there to get us out.
Yeah.
You know,
so speaking of rehabilitation and things of that nature, right? In your opinion, could they have like saved Tookie's life?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Because soon they took Tookie's life, they had one more execution after that. Then they shut it down.
Oh.
Yeah, ain't have any more executions after that. I think they got Morales after that. No more after that.
Morales?
Yeah, a Latino guy, I think died right after, executed after Tookie.
Okay.
After that, they shut it down. So they could have shut it down before Tookie.
Was that Arnold Schwarzenegger's call?
Yeah. That was on his watch. That was on his watch. Yes, it was. Right after Gray Davis, it was a transition from Gray Davis to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Are you talking in front of the mic?
It was a transition from Gray Davis to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Yes. So it was all politics. Mm-hmm. It was all politics. What he stood for. The man had children's books coming out. A lot of children. He wrote a lot of children's books. He had a lot of Crips behind. He had the gang, but not just the gang members who he had behind. He had brothers, sisters behind him. He was out there really vouching, fighting for his freedom. Because even from behind bars, his reach was long to where he was really trying to stop some things out in the society. But they still pulled the latch on him. They still stuck him up and took the brother's life instead of giving him another chance. We all deserve another chance.
Yeah.
We deserve, none of us can play God, but we still do it. They still do it.
How do y'all get acclimated into society? Does the penitentiary or are there programs to help you get acclimated back into society as normal civilians?
Well, the programs, what they give you, they're not designed to acclimate you to society. They're designed to, in my opinion, they're designed to get you ready for the parole board to go in to say the right thing. And what I mean by saying the right thing, for instance, you might have had a drug case or a drug-related case. They say, okay, we'll go take NA, Narcotics Anonymous. Learn these 12 steps. Make these steps apply to your case. Apply to the person you was before you got arrested, to the person to who you are now, and how you're going to apply these steps
outside.
And so now, when it's time to get out, they will say, okay, we're going to have your ID ready for you. They ain't going to have an ID ready for you. You might come home and don't have a social security number, like I did, like he did. I didn't have a social security card, I didn't have an ID, I didn't have a birth certificate. I had to go get everything. Basically, when I got out, I was an unknown. When I went to the DMV and asked them and gave my prison ID, and she typed it up, Fahim, you're not in that system. I said, what about LaJohn Reese? She said, that's my birth name. You're not in the system. So I had to go back to Contra Costa County records to get my birth certificate. Then come back with my birth certificate. Everything was on my birth certificate. They read off of that. And then go to the Social Security office. And he downloaded everything. Now this is who you are. Then go back to DMV. Yes. And he got a program in what he's put together in regards to reacclimation too.
Oh. Talk about that.
So, it's Dorothy.org, and it's the acronym for Defenders of Real Truth Helping Youth. And it goes into basically what you just questioned us about, how to, get out of prison, especially long-term offenders. But I'm also targeting the youth offenders because we was young men when we went in. So it's basically about just how do you reacclimate? Because I got out in the middle of COVID-19, you know what I mean? So when I got out, everything that was kind of like propagated in prison about the benefits of once you get out, the Social Security and all these things are supposed to be lined up to aid your transition to society is a lie. You know what I mean? So for 95% of the things that they said was applicable for us to have is non-existent. You know what I mean? So what they want to do, you know what I mean? And this part, I love this part of what you asked me. What they want to do is they want to house us in their reentry hubs. The state funded. You know what I mean? They're gonna get, each head they get out of their program, they get paid for it. You know what I mean? But they're not. What I'm saying is they're not preparing us to be acclimated in the right way. Meaning, for example, right? They work so hard to keep us off cell phones, right? But as you know, when we get out here, a kid is 4 years old got a cell phone, 5 years old. So this is the way of the world, technology. And they're not technical savvy because they fear of us, the leadership quality, going back to Tookie, the leadership quality, the ability to have people follow you or, admire you or acknowledge you as a leader, right? And they don't want that. They want you to be subservient to the system, to come out and just be so happy that we let you out that, Burger King, here I come. I'm working at Burger King, and I'm happy to have this hat on and serve cheeseburgers for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that's their way of saying, hey, he's acclimated. Patrick got out, and he's happy to be out. Good job.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't see you as no entrepreneur. They don't see you establish no business. They don't see you going to real estate. They don't see you, having the college understanding to, run a company. They don't see that. They'll tell you on the board. You kind of what they call that?
Viable?
It's not viable. Yeah.
Can they use that word?
It's not
They
viable.
use that word.
That's one, and two is it's unrealistic for you to think that. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna go deeper than that. Look, you ready?
Let's go.
We got out, and we're not even spearheading our communities no more. It's all others. Spanish. White.
So when you walk, say this. So when you walk into your community, they look at you funny. For where you come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They look at you. What are you doing here? They really look at me like that sometimes. What are you doing here? You don't belong here. But I'll let them know I ain't going nowhere.
So how has the world changed so much? Like, what is the biggest change that y'all noticed when y'all got out?
I go after you.
The biggest change for me was that everything is so fast and no one has any patience.
Yeah.
Everything is fast. No one has any patience. From driving, from walking to getting on the BART, everybody's in a rush. So when I had to look back at it, I was like, damn, everybody in a rush to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I look at myself and I look at my people, everybody's in a rush, but what are they owning? They don't own anything. They don't own their homes. They don't own their cars. They don't own anything, or even trying to own anything. And that was really a shock to me. Cause I'm like, here I am from a community what was majority black in my little area, and then to come out and to see the house where I grew up and my grandmother had for 50-some years, that someone else owned it. We owned 3 houses right on the block. We only got 1 now. Even though I knew the houses were gone throughout from the depression, the house crisis and all that, 2007, 2008. But it was a shock for me to just get out to just witness it, because I'm hearing about so much when I was incarcerated. But once I finally got free and to see that my people don't own no homes, that was, even though I knew when I came home, before I even came home, I was going to become a homeowner, that I was going to own my own clothes, myself, my thinking, my movement, that I was going to own everything, motivate to help others. I started this when I was incarcerated. I own the name. I got my own shoe brand coming out, which just came out, example, with Motivated Help Others, the logo on it. I own that name. So 100 Years Enterprise, what we have together, we own that. So it's all about ownership. And so when I look at people my age, my peers, who was around me when I left, and like you say, those who stayed on the streets, when I come out and I look at them, not to look down, but like to whereas, and not to ask for anything, because I came home, didn't nobody give me anything. Didn't nobody give me anything, which I expected anyway. And it kept me humble, kept me grounded, and as Scarface said, kept me deeply rooted to know what I needed to do to reacclimate myself, but not just reacclimate myself, but to become successful in my own right, instead of my own lane, in our lane where we built, and that's how we navigate now. That was a surprise for me.
For sure. I like that.
I want to add to that. I want to take a little bit deeper about this man, right? Because, to understand the dynamics of what he's saying, right? We did so much time in prison, we was able to recalibrate, you know what I mean? Our thinking and educate ourselves, Yeah, of course we read all the Donald Goins. We run all the,
Hey, can I just say one thing about Donald Goins?
Yeah.
I remember when my mama was pregnant and I was reading Donald Goins' Horror Son.
Yeah.
And then I gave her the book. And
Nadine.
she said, Horror Son. She said, I said, is the book good? She said, yeah. I'll call for him. I said, bitch, I'll slap the fire with your motherfucker ass.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? The thing is, man. It's a beautiful thing, man, to sit here with this man and the other brother. I came here for you to meet him.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we toiled and struggled together. We was broken down and rebuilt, meaning that education, learning how to communicate, getting over ourselves, right? Who we thought we were, we're not, right? Getting back to realistic, the person who I am, come to love, right? And also going to these spiritual groups, right? Should I say Islam? I don't want to propagate, that, but I want to give you some background on who we are today compared to who we was then. And it was a long struggle, right? And we had to hold each other down. That's what we mean by real partners, real brothers. That's lost. There's no loyalty in that. And I'm not saying specifically that my friends was loyal. I'm saying that I understand the difference now. Right? And so that's why I don't have no bitter feelings about it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Basically, I say I take full responsibility for my actions, right? Because I was tied to people that I shouldn't have been tied to at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or should I say I love them more than they love me.
Gotcha. And it's often like that. Well, you know what? We almost short right now, and I'm glad that y'all came through because we're going to finish this on y'all show with the third party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So introduce yourself. Tell people where they can find y'all at. The name of y'all podcast.
Yes. Well, you can find us with 100 Years Enterprise. We on YouTube. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, as well as iTunes. Also, Motivated to Help Others. You can find motivatedhelpothers.org on the Instagram, on the YouTube, and on Facebook. Also, go to the .org, go order that shoe, the Example, Italian made, and come to my fitness program Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 4:30 to 5:45 at the Richmond Marina, as well as Saturday and Sunday at the Vallejo Waterfront from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Every Saturday, rain, sleet, or snow.
For sure.
And also, too, man, I want to add with 100 Years Enterprise, we also come out with a compilation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where we going to go from hood to hood and bring a 100 Years compilation album about all the underground rappers from Richmond. Then we're going to go to Oakland. We're going to go to Vallejo. We're going to go to Palo Alto. We're going to label on 100 Years, you know what I mean, compilation. And we're going to give all the brothers that from the underground that probably been in prison before, and also those who've been underground that got shed some light. And we're going to put the production down, and we're going to make a compilation to push this agenda about 100 Years Enterprise. And also, man, I have Dorothy.org, my nonprofit organization, which is the acronym for Defenders of Real Truly Helping You. And I'm setting up classes and whatnot to where we talk about youth development. We also talk about, you know, criminal thinking. We also go into denial management, all those things that we as young black boys, or should I say young men of color, have been deprived of and have, you know, got an identity crisis to where we feel that we had to give our loyalty to something that has no loyalty to you. And so we end up in these situations. So these are the things that we come across, man. And also, man, I would love to invite you on our show. And,
for sure.
And we got comedy coming up. We're going to do it all, man. You know, we're going to be the Russell Simmons of the West Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to push our agenda, man. We're going to share the wealth, man. Because it ain't about, you know what I mean, who got the most money. It's about who got the most, you know, love and respect for one another, man. Because we all come from this bank.
Okay.
Way back.
And you know what I like about what you said, man? It almost feel like you was pushing the line on me. Well, shit, man, I got my brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Pat and Fahim, you know what I'm saying? I got it right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I am LD's, also known Lawrence One, for part 1 of episode I Need to Know, and I will be back with these brothers, and as usual, come on, you know what I want.
You better know it, man. We're going to keep it going. All right.
For sure, man.
For
Thank
sure.
you.
That was great.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, y'all got hella shit going on.
Oh, yeah. We're trying to keep it together, man.
We're gonna take a picture.
Yeah, our thing is too, man. When you call, we coming.
Yeah.
That's what we say, man. For 2021, whenever there's a call, we going. We don't care where it's at.
For sure,
We
man.
don't
That's
stop
dope.
procrastination, man. Get
For
with it,
sure, man. Hey, that was
man.
cool, man.
Appreciate that, man.
That was cool.
You know what I mean?
Cause look though, when somebody did, for sure, man. When somebody did, we're gonna move these out the way, cause we're gonna take a picture on the backdrop,
Okay.
and then we're gonna move these up. Yeah, man. Damn, 33 years, y'all got hella shit to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So what we got going on here? So I can just stop it right here.
Let me see. It says
It's still live. And then where it would go.